been busy doing a new website, but this time I thought we'd take you to New Zealand. This is the South Island, and this is a place called Lyttleton. And Lyttleton is just south of Christchurch. Now Christchurch was where they had the earthquake a while ago since, but the epicentre of the earthquake was this little place here called Lyttleton. Beautiful little place, and I recall it. And I thought, well, I'll paint it because it's the Lyttleton Bay. The town is to the right of it, and there's sort of mountains and sort of hills coming down to the water. And I wanted to protect the water's edge there because I want to put some light onto it. So our colours today, by the way, are raw sienna or ochre, whichever one you've got. It's Windsor blue red shade, or any deep blue, and Windsor blue plus burnt umber, or any blue there. But that's our sort of base colours for all the painting, and we'll take it from there and see how we go. There's a sketch there to start with, and I'll just move the colours now and we can get cracking. Okay? First thing I want to do is wet certain areas of the sky with clean water. I'll try and capture some light on this one, but a heavy sky. We'll see how we go. Touch of the sunshine in there. The raw sienna. Right. Now I can pop in some of the blue. That's the Windsor blue. Keep it flowing. Take a bit down here, a bit weaker, it's just near the horizon of course. Let's just soften that a little bit. There's the mountains and the hills just down there. I can cover all them because they're going to be darker. Right, now I want to go in with that, the blue and the umber to get a strong dark in this. There, that's a good dark, that one there, that's a cracker. Keep that dark going. Bit of dramatic sky for a change. Now what I also want to do in this sky is something different. I want to put some shafts of light from the sun in. Let's see how we go with that, shall we? And I'll show you how to do it as soon as I finish this little bit here. Wash the brush out. Let's get a stiff brush, sort of an oil painting brush if we can. Get a straight edge, and let's see how we go. Clean water, just keep the brush wet, and let's just put that on there. Let's whip some rays into the coming out of the clouds. In fact, what you can also try as well is a tissue and try and lift some of this colour out, like this. You've all seen these rays coming out of the sky, haven't you? They're called crepuscular rays. That's the posh name for it. The reason I know that is I was doing I've done lots of courses and that, but courses from home. And one chap that turned up, he turned out to be a BBC weatherman. And he gave us a lecture on clouds. It was fantastic. Graham Parker it was. And he explained what everything that was going on and all that, and it was really, really interesting. Right, let's see how we go with that. And then what I want to do is reintroduce some cloud formation on top of that to cover some of these crepuscular rays, with the sources, if you like. Let's do a bit more colour in there. Just let's take, I'll put roll some clouds in here. Get them rolling in. So it's giving the impression that the crepuscular rays are coming from behind this cloud I'm just forming now. It's putting it in the middle of it, hopefully. We'll see how it goes anyway. So the rays are coming out of the sky there. Of course, it looks weird now because none of the rest of the painting's done, but we'll see how it goes later. We'll soften that just there, where the mountains are. Tissue and that. Lovely. Now, the next thing to do is stop fiddling. The light today, of course, you see where the rays are coming from. It's coming from the top right, really. So we can put this mountain in here, soften it a little bit more. Give it some, keep it soft. So I can overlap that because I'm going to put this one in front of it, a bit darker. So I'm not bothered about that. Let's just put this strong again on that side because there's a shadow there. So it's background stuff. It doesn't want to jump out at you. It's got to stay where it is. It's subordinate to our main picture, but it's interesting because it's part of the mountain range. So we need to put it in. But I say it's a gorgeous part of the world. This, I mean, we've been lucky enough to go to New Zealand, lovely country. Very much like what I'd say Britain was about 50 years ago, and it's quite interesting. But this earthquake in Lyttleton and Christchurch has really knocked them sideways, you know, because it's on a volcanic plate apparently, so they've had them before, but they don't get often. But this was devastating. This one, it really devastated the city of Christchurch, which is a beautiful city, and knocked the churches down and buildings and all sorts, and killed a few people. But I understand that it's about a few years ago now that they've recovered since, and they're making quite a nice go of it, thankfully. But lovely people. Right, that's the background mountain. Let's soften that out. Let's tackle this next one. There's another hillside here, which comes down to there, and then there's one that comes in front of that, and that one is in front of that, and that one's in front of that, and then we get down to the foreground. So this one's got to be sort of a bit stronger than that, because it's closer to us. Let's pop one in and see how we go. Not a lot of detail in this, because I say it's sort of top right, but it's like backlit, so we're getting a silhouette effect. And I put some tape on there to protect the light on the water. This is the sea just here in front of me, but I'm put that tape on there to give me a bit, protect the whiteness of the water, because I want to put some light there. But it also gives me a straight line, doesn't it? Which is good. Because when you get wobbly hands, they're not so bright. Still, we get there. Right, so that's our next hillside there. The light's coming from that side, so the darks will be on this side, of course. There we go with that. We can soften that now with this. So we'll tackle this next one now. This is the one that's forming up to there. So this should be slightly stronger than the one before. And all I've done is put less water and more value of colour into it. And that'll sort of give me that impression of being in front of that one. That's what we're after. I was painting this, by the way. When I did paint it in the first time, off the back of the ship. It was in the harbour then, and I saw this scene behind me. And I thought, wow! And the artist came out to me. And I thought, I must sit and paint this, because we'd been out in the town, and it was lovely, and it was sort of evening time, and the sun was sort of coming down, and I thought, wow, this is lovely. You know, when they've got the wow factor, it's nice to capture it. I think my neighbour's having a party. I can hear his music, but live and let live. Good luck to him. And this COVID thing, you've got to enjoy yourself, haven't you? I know we're only doing it with, I keep losing numbers, 6 and then 4 and then 5 and then, we don't know where we are, but not to worry, we'll get there. So that's the next one. That's another layer. See, we've got the sky there, a softer layer, a bit stronger layer, and a bit stronger layer to that. Then we'll come on to the one in front of that. And you can see all I've done is I've mixed the two colours together, but with less water. You see the different values in those two there. It's the same colour, but less water. You get a real stronger value to it. I'm using these colours in a way, and I think the technical term, what they call it, is aerial perspective. In other words, you're using colour and values of colour to create depth. Because the eye thinks that we've got a flat piece of paper here, haven't we? But because I'm using colour with stronger values as I come forward, it's creating the effect that it's three-dimensional, and this is closer than that bit. It's the way you tell them. But well, that's what we're trying to do anyway. If it works, it works. That's good. So that's a different value. See, we've got pale, not so pale, a bit stronger, and stronger. Now these have got to be stronger still, aren't they? But I might include, because you're getting closer now, you might get a touch of greens in this, because it's nearly on top of the ship, really. So I'll mix a bit more, put a bit more colour into that. Mix a bit of, okay, it's nice and strong. I'll show you this colour mixing while I'm at it, if you like. This is what I'm doing. That's the winter blue and the burnt umber. This is the blue, so that's the colour I've been working with here. So I can sort of strengthen that up there to get my real strong colour. There's hardly any water there, so it's nearly like a paste. And this one in this corner here is the burnt umber, that dirty brown colour, which is awful to look at, but it makes lovely colours. So let's just mix that together. There's some real strong tones in there. And see where we go with that. Is it dry? If I put a bit more brown in that, the burnt umber, we might get a different value altogether. See how we go. Yes, that's better. And this last bit we've got some. So I'll just get this hillside in here, which is closer to the ship we were on. Let's put that in. And there's not much, because these hillsides are quite close to each other now. There's not a lot of variation in colour value, but you can just see it if you look closely. Let's just put another coat on that, and let's see if we can get that extra value. Yes, I think I can see it. You can just see the difference between that, and that, and that, and that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers there, and there's one under this tape. There's no little peninsula which comes out like that, like a jetty out bit, and we will once I get that stuff off there, we will paint that in after. So. Yes, we're doing well there. So get rid of that tape. There's another piece here. Lovely. That gives me, look at that lovely crisp edge with that water's edge there. Just what I wanted. Now I think what I'll do first, I'll put this sparkle on the water and then put this peninsula in on top of it. That's probably the best idea. Or I might struggle. We'll see how we go anyway. Let's see. So I want to keep that sun. The sun is coming from here, don't forget, and hitting it down here, and really just striking this water here. This what attracted me to it. The scene and the sunlight on the water. That wow, it gives them that wow factor. So I don't want to paint a lot of blue here. It's mainly sparkle. So I wanted something dry brush technique on it to try to give that impression of water that's just sparkling. Might be able to do it with this here oil painting brush. Let's see how we go. Well, I don't usually use that. I tend to use one of my big brushes. That's my favourite one. I'll try that. Just a touch of water on that. The sparkle. So I'm trying to sort of come across here, and I don't want to lose a bit of light over this. I'm just flicking this in. And they've got to be straight, these, because it's the water level, isn't it? Keep that lovely line across there. Don't lose your sparkle. Don't lose the whiteness of the paper. I said this paper I use. It's one of my favourite papers. It's Saunders Waterford, and it's called it's High White. It's lovely for winter scenes and things like that. You get lovely snow effects on it. But it is one of my favourite papers, and I tend to use at least 425 gram paper, which is about £200 in old money, and the beauty of that is it doesn't cockle, and I can get away with just throwing water at it and it stays where it should be, which is what it's all about. Because You can stretch the paper, it's quite fine, but I prefer painting to stretching. I hate stretching paper. It bores the pants off me. So all I'm doing with this brush is I'm caressing it, if you want, so I don't lose that sparkle on the water. You've been so careful, because once you lose it, you've had it. You can't get it back. So you've got to be quite precise on what you do. When it's gone, it's gone. So we don't want to lose it. And what I want to do in the foreground, I want to make it a bit more solid to bring it forward towards me. So I'll mix a bit more colour on that, but this time a little bit more water in it, and that'll give it. It'll flow a bit better. Same colours. Don't start mixing loads of different colours. It's the same colours, of the same theme right through the painting. This one. Have a dip on that. Here we are. See. I'm just taking this colour down a bit near the foreground, and that will settle this bottom down for me. Don't lose all the sparkle, but there's more see what you can see than sparkle. But I say it's a delicate line. Sometimes I say take the brush off me, because I'm trying to do. And I do too much, then lose the sparkle. I don't want that. Let's just do this corner here. Right, now what I've got to do now is put this peninsula in here. We've got that suggestion of this rock is in front of that rock, that cliff, that one there, that one's there, and it's stepping back where the water is. Then that's the end of the bay there. But this is it's working all right. We're all right. Don't worry about it. It's an awful feeling, you know, when you're doing a painting and it's all just pear-shaped. Oh, it takes you hours to get over it. It does. You think, oh, blimey, what have I done here? And we all get clangers, you know. We all make mistakes. So don't think it's just you that makes things wrong. But the things that we get wrong makes the good ones better. So then it'll be in harmony with the rest of the painting, won't it? So there's a bit of tape. To hell with the expense. So that's a bit of tape, and I'm going to get some more strong colour now, and pop in this little bit of a bumpy bit here, and then comes down to this, and this is a little sticky out peninsula, right narrow it was there, and I think somewhere on the end here there was a piece which stuck up a bit like a little what can I say? It was a warning thing, because on the top of it stuck up like that, and there was a little red thing on the end, like a thing saying, "Don't come near this, because it's you'll ruin your ship or your yacht or wherever you're sailing." Anyway, we're so far so good there. Let's have a look at that brush again. Here we are. Use the same brush as last time. Get some strong colour. That's that Windsor blue, don't forget. It's a lovely colour, this Windsor blue, you know. Especially for English skies. I mean, French ultramarine I use a lot, but I use it for Mediterranean skies and Caribbean skies and stuff like that. But the Windsor blue sky, softened and weakened and stuff like that, gives you a lovely blue for the English type sky. But for this purpose, it's given me a basis of strong colour for this peninsula. Just put a tester on there and just to test it. Yeah, I think that should be all right. I think. Right. So I'll start about here. This is our colour. Down to that, see, I'm safe coming down to this tape now because I know I've only got one edge to worry about. That's the top edge. And it comes, and it's a bit rocky, this one. It's close, so you can see all the nodules and stuff like that. Yeah, it's one of those peninsulas that gets covered at certain times of the tide, and you wouldn't see it. And I think that's why they stick one of these poles there to warn the people yachting around the bay and all that. Because there's plenty of activity. A lot of people have yachts around there because it's all based on water, isn't it? It's good. I've had lovely people, lovely. It's quite funny because I think it might have been on the North Island. We were taken to a farm, a sheep farm. Well, sheep farms there, they're like countries, they're massive. And it was, what was funny about it was there's so many sheep there, and they still use sheepdogs like we do, but they're not like our sheepdogs. Our sheepdogs are sort of black and white and pointed noses, aren't they? These are sort of ugly looking things, and bigger. But the way they do it there, there's so many sheep. They run along the backs, all along the backs, to travel through the herd. Or herd, it's a flock. I get it right. It's a herd. It's a flock, isn't it? That's right. And blimey, of course the farmers they expect it. They know what's happening because they're used to it. But to a stranger who comes and sees it, wow, it's a right eye opener, I'll tell you. And it's just straightforward to them. They love it. Right, now I've got a pole to put up here somewhere. Oh, I think that's the pole there. I want that pole, I want to come up there like that. And I want the red bit, a red bit on the top. I want to probably see if I can put it in that dark bit there and see if I can. It'll draw the eye. And I'm purposely putting it on what they call the thirds. When you break a picture up for pleasing on the eye, you've got the top third, and you've got the middle third and the bottom third. And then at this way you've got 1/3 there and the middle third and the third there. And where they intersect, those thirds, is the best place to put your focal point. So this one will be, see there's a third there and a third there, so it's about here. And something about that will be on the actual third that way as well. So it'll be the good spot, and it takes the viewer's eye to it. They don't realise you're doing it to them, but believe me, it works. I'm telling you all my trade secrets. I should do, really, but we're here to sort of enjoy ourselves. That's what we're here for. We're in COVID. We don't like COVID, so we're having some fun instead. And I said this is the first one I've done for a month, but I haven't been just sat with my feet up. I've been busy setting up this new website with all paintings on, and I haven't done it because I'm not technical enough. But my pal Dino from next door, boy, what he knows about computers is unbelievable. And he's a guru. I think that's what they call him. So I just pinpoint to him what kind of things we want on there. And he's so helpful. He is brilliant. And he's I do have a look at it. He's made a good job of it, and it's called Norfolk Skies. Just key in Norfolk Skies and have a look at the website, and it'll take you back to some of these paintings and things like that. because they're piling up in my studio. You know, I'm knee deep in painting, to be honest with you. Let's time to try and put this pole in here. So I'm trying to just it's a chisel brush I've got in my hand. This one here, look. I'm trying to give it a sort of make it look pretty straight, so I can get a bit of a straight line to about here it is, and stick up this point at this. There, so it goes up to there. That sticks it out, and it comes from the. Don't mess about now. Just don't mess about. That's it. That, and then on top of it, we want this red danger thing on it, and try and make it stand out a little bit more than it is already. It's the stronger the better, if I can. Yeah, let's make it a bit stronger there, look. Because really, it's right in the front of the picture, isn't it? So it's got to be in your face. But I say, if you ever, I mean, I've been lucky because I've been teaching on cruise ships, and that's what's paid for my trips around the world, all 8 of them. And but if you do get a chance to, I mean, not many people do, but if you do get a chance to see it, whoa, boy, job! There's so many beautiful places. And what I'm trying to do with these lessons and things like that, I'm trying to introduce some paintings from around the world, so that we can share it together. The next one I'm fancying doing actually is when both my daughters, I've got 2 daughters, they live in Kent. One lives in Hildenborough, and the other one lives in Tunbridge Wells, so it's very posh. And they live in a posh place there, and but they come up and they like chrome as good as anywhere, because they love it. And of course the grandkids come up, and grandkids now. The youngest daughter, she got twins and they're 11 now, so they're starting to grow up a bit. They don't believe everything Grandad tells them. They used to, but they don't now. I think that's all right. That now, yeah. So naturally, with them living in Kent and all that, and this COVID, we can't see much of them, because they can't stay with us because of this disease thing. It's a blooming mess it is. Fed up of it. Still, we've got to make the best of it, haven't we? Better than the alternative. Right, let's see if we can take that tape off now and see if we've got a decent line across the bottom. Yeah, that's all right, that's fine. We haven't lost that sparkle either, have we? Lovely. Just what I wanted. Just what I wanted. Lost a bit of sparkle there. Well, that's. I know what I can do with that. I think it's run a bit. So what I might do with that, because it looks a bit runny, the way you tell them. Right, let's see what I can do with that. You can see it's just about there. It's run. It's on the picture. It's there. Look, you see it. It's just a little bit there. I don't like it. So So I think what I'll do, I'll just put a bit of additional rock there. Boy, that's got me out of trouble, I think. I hope so. So there's another rock here, see, which is just covering that mistake up, isn't it? So the more words are killing the pig than cutting its throat, see. Just do something that might. That's it. That's got away with it. Yeah, we've done it. Now then, let's look in the sky, see if there's any dodgy bits. Find a couple of birds or something. Let's put some birds in there. Give me a bird brush. Let's have them up. I put one up there because it's anywhere where the coast is seagulls, isn't there? Or gulls. I'd call them seagulls. Apparently, these birds, they don't call them seagulls. They call them gulls because there's all sorts of different kinds. So I have to be careful what I say. Or they get a bit twitchy. Let's put one up here. One up there. I don't want to put any. I'll put 3 or 4 and I'll have a flock, so I'm not having that. I think this will do the trick. Right, that red thing now, that's all we've got to do now, and then we can pack it in. I've enjoyed this because it's I've missed it, to be honest with you. I enjoy painting instead of mucking about with websites and things like that, but the website was necessary. Because my wife, Carol, she was complaining, oh, all this stuff around the house, you know what she'd like. Well, you know what women like. They was having a go. Mind you, she's a good lass. I've had her a while. I call her my first wife. Keeps her on her toes. But they said they turned into the mother. And she's looking like a mother, I must admit. Very worrying. Let's try this red thing here. That's not much good. I'm doing wrong here, but it's not very strong, that. We'll get there. We'll get there, don't worry about it. I think it was like a triangle, it was. And my old art teacher, he was brilliant, he was. He said to me, he says, whenever you do a painting, Frank, find a spot to put a little bit of red in it. And he said it draws the eye to it. And it's true, it does. You'll think about it. If you look closely, if you can see that red, I don't know if you can, but it's the on the thirds, it's the focal point there, look. And it's just giving you something, the eye to look at. And then when you focus on that, you can start looking around the painting and all that and see other things. Then you see the sky and the crepuscular rays coming out of the sky. It's going down in there. The crepuscular rays are dropping behind this cliff here, in front of the mountains. You can see that, just there. So it's going in that valley there. And then a bird up here. So you look around and you see these different things that's happening in your picture. And if you enjoy it, then you've done well, because you're the only person that matters. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, give us a tick or a like or whatever you do, and put a subscribe on it, and we'll tell you when the next one is. And I'll see you on the next one. any questions you've got, you can pop them in the comments comment below and all that, and we'll sort them out. But thanks for joining me, and we look forward to the next one. Bye bye, folks. Bye bye.